right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sterlington Sports Complex in Sterlington, Louisiana. Along with Shoutiel Chop Lewis, this is Coach Brownfield, and we're here to bring you Game 2 of the Trey Altick Prep Classic as the Spartans take on the Loyola Prep Flyers of Shreveport.
Coach, how are you, man?
I'm doing all right. This wind is howling a little bit.
Oh, yeah,
10 to
Coach.
15. We're up in a tower. Let's show you where we are, folks. I'm going to put a picture up on the screen of the complex here. So we're in that big blue thing in the middle there, and we're up on the second story of this here. And it was the only way to get a good view there. There's no bleachers directly behind home plate and no press box. This kind of serves as that. Oh, I'm good. Good. Thank you. All right, so this is we're in a great facility here. I'm sure they do a lot of travel ball tournaments and stuff here. Wonderful. They got 5 fields here, high school sized, and they are turf infields and grass outfields. So we're right there in the middle of that there, and that's where we're broadcasting there. All right, so let's pull that down here, and you can see Loyola is warming up in the field. Spartans are once again the road team, which makes sense. We are farther away from home than Loyola.
Oh, man,
is.
Coach, I don't think it should go that way, man.
Well, I mean, it's a flip, right? It's a coin flip, right? But, yeah, maybe it should be. You're at a tournament, it should be whoever's closest to home is home. Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know. That's hard for us this week.
Yeah,
hard for us
is.
this week. But since we're playing 3 North Louisiana teams, we'd be out of luck all 3 times. So we're 0 for 2 so far and being the home team.
Hopefully
so
we get lucky tomorrow. And
there
be
you
the
go.
home team, man.
There you go. And if not, we got 3 home games next week.
It's
so
all right.
We'll be all right. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this starting lineup here. Let me see here. All right, so here we go. Leading off, we got Ethan Dill in right field. Batting second, we got Hudson Browning at third base. And in the 3-hole, we got Carson Lacombe, the big first baseman. And then at fourth, we got the DH, Ethan Blanchard. Very similar lineup to yesterday. Fifth, we got the shortstop, Lucas Cook. Batting sixth is the starting pitcher, Dylan Powers. So we're going to need a center fielder today. In left field, we got Camden Snowden. And at catcher, we got the sophomore, number 30, Brody Brooks. And then there's our center fielder, yesterday's second baseman, Peyton Morrow. And we got Avery Gotro playing second, and Blanchard will be hitting for him today. So let's go ahead and pull that off here, and we're ready for baseball. Here we go. First pitch, foul ball. Oh, man, if that thing gets over that net, I guess we just fair game up here, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, we got to keep our head on a swivel in a little bit. We're far away, though. We're a long way away from home plate. And you can hear that wind is just rumbling through here. So we're going to try to – we have a mic, but out here, but it's going to be hard with that wind blowing right at it. We're going to try to keep that down as much as possible there. All right. So, oh, man, I lost track of the count. Do we not have a – oh, we're not keeping balls and strikes on the score.
It should be 1-2.
So I thought, oh, okay, there we go. That one's hard hit to left, but it's under the left fielder, and he's got it for the first out of the game. All right, so let's go ahead and catch up on our scoreboard here. So 1 out. There we go. All right, 1 out. Nobody on, and it's going to be Hudson Browning coming up third base. These jerseys, huh? What do you think about these unis
Coach,
here?
I love these uniforms, man. We're repping the Gonzales all the way down here in Ruston in Louisiana. Repping the home team.
They're really cool. In fact, after this, we'll show you these uniforms when we get a good chance to. Hudson hits it hard over the shortstop's head. That's a base hit for Browning there. We got 1 out and 1 on now for Carson Lacombe. Nice little first pitch single there for Hudson, getting a hold of some here recently.
You get to see something we don't see too often, Hudson running the bases because he's playing third.
That's right. He's got to run them. There we go. Get a little exercise for him there. After that fish fry we had a couple hours ago, I'll probably use a good little jog around there a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
They called that strike 1. Looks like it, huh? I'm going to put it up there and see.
Yeah, he called it strike.
Yeah, Carson doesn't have much luck here on these called strikes. All right, so here comes the pitch, and it's outside, way outside. All right, 1-1 count to Lacombe. There we go. All right, so we got at least 2 games going on here right now. And, no, we got 3 games going on. Yeah, we got 3. They are going 3 wide here at the Sterlington Sports Complex. That one's down and in. Ball 2. Go ahead and put our intro up here. I forgot to do it earlier there, but the Spartans are 4-2. Loyola is a perfect 5-0 coming into this game.
We plan on changing that tonight, though, Coach.
Hey, somebody has to at some point, right? 2-2 now. We're going to bring this. See that mic. See, even that wind's coming into our mics. You know, that's pretty strong when you hear the wind in our mics. I brought it down something. That should help a little bit. All right, so top of the first, just getting started here, live from outside of Sterlington, Louisiana. That ball is fouled back our direction, but oh man, yeah, these. Oof. You know, if you ever been to Sulphur, that ball went on to the other field there. If you ever been to Sulphur, you got all those fields facing away from each other like that. You know, foul balls are always the hard part of that. So, man, you're out here. You got to keep your head on a swivel because they could come from any direction.
Absolutely.
And there's people just out here walking like they're walking in a park or something. I mean, that's it could be a little dangerous for these folks.
I think somebody got hit already, man.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I think somebody did.
Yeah, it's going to happen. You got all this many people out here and this many foul balls around. You got 3 parks that could foul it into this spot right here. And Carson goes down swinging there for the second out of the first, and Hudson's still stuck over there on first base. Let's go ahead while we got a second here. As Ethan Blanchard comes up to the plate, let's show you these jerseys real quick here. There we go. Got Dawson in the hotel earlier there to pose for a quick picture there. So there's the jerseys we're wearing. I know you can't see that from our camera angle, of course, but we'll put that back up there a little bit later. But those are our new Gonzales grays there, and of course EA paying homage to our hometown Gonzales. And, of course, we're very proud to represent Gonzales, just like I hope Gonzales is very proud to be represented by EA. Blanchard fouls one off there, trying to get the count here. It's tough. There's so much going on. It's hard to focus on just our game. You got 2 other games we can actually see parts of from up here. This is a really cool facility. So, like I said, if you've ever been to Sulphur, it's similar to that. This umpire is not given the count very much. I guess there's nobody to give the count to except the pitcher, you know. So, okay, I'm gonna guess it's 2-1. I don't think that's right, but it's close. So Browning sitting there on first, 2 outs. Blanchard gets that one high to left. Left fielder's coming in for it, and he gets it on a moderate jog there. And that's going to do it for the top of the first as the Spartans get 1 hit, no runs, and of course they leave Hudson Browning right where he got to at first base. All right, so that'll do it for the top of the first. We are scoreless. We'll be right back after this commercial message. EA Baseball would like to thank Parish Tractor of Gonzales for their support this season. You can reach them on the phone at 647-5881 or online at parishtractor.com, or stop by and see us at 13173 Airline Highway in Gonzales. Stop by and see Scott Skip Creel for all your Kubota and Stihl needs. All right, we are back as Dylan Powers, the everyday center fielder and the someday pitcher, is on the mound, getting loosened up there, the left-hander. Looking for an outing somewhere similar to what Easton Lambert had yesterday. His second straight complete game shutout. Second straight 3-hit complete game shutout. Very impressive showing for Easton, and of course, if Dylan would take anywhere around that today, for sure, anywhere around that. Let's see. Let's pull that jersey up again so people can see it a little more there. So these are brand new, first time they've ever been worn up here in Sterlington. You'll see them at Johnny Embo Park though soon enough, and they represent Gonzales. Of course, there's no rule in the book saying you have to put your high school's name on the jersey there. So we figured, why not pay tribute to our hometown? You know, not everybody who goes to EA lives in Gonzales, but everybody who lives in Gonzales is zoned for EA. You know, so hey, why not? All right, first pitch, a ground ball to Cook, and Cook sails it over Lacombe's head there. He is throwing into a stiff breeze. So that could have a little something to do with it there. He's throwing directly into that. So that would be ruled an error at our park. That would be ruled E6 there on Cook, as that one sailed just a little bit beyond the reach of Carson Lacombe. So we have our second batter up, number 7. Do not have a lineup for Loyola, and that's okay. We don't. Numbers will work for them. First pitch is way out there, and runner takes second base easily, as the batter did square up the bunt right there. It says 65 degrees. It is overcast, though, and those cloudy skies make it feel cooler, and then that north wind definitely makes it feel cooler. That wind chill is probably in the 50s right now.
Yeah, Coach, it's a little cold up here, man.
Tomorrow's going to be colder. It'll be in the 50s when we play tomorrow morning at 11:30 for sure. Got him. I mean, just barely got him, too. Just barely got him. Runner advances to third, but Lacombe throws him out for the first out of the inning. All right, so 1 out, runner on third for Loyola, 5-0, coming off of an 11-inning marathon last night versus the Airline Vikings in this tournament. They won 3-1, but it took them 11 innings to do so. So, know their pitching is probably not exactly where they want it to be here. Once you play 11 innings, you're going to run through some guys you probably didn't want to have to run through. But when you're in the game, you want to win it, right? I mean, so, you kind of have to balance out what you're doing for the weekend with winning the game that you got in front of you. So I think Loyola, went all out to win that game. Of course, Loyola and Airline are within about 15 miles of each other, 10, 15 miles of each other. So, that meant something to them for sure. And Powers is struggling here. A lot of balls outside here early on, leaving a lot of balls outside. There's a 3-0 count. We do have the scoreboard up and going now with the count. All right. So runner on third here, just 90 feet away, and there we go. Powers, missed that one. Okay. Well, that was a lot closer.
Yeah, absolutely.
That looked like that could have been a strike. I don't know. We're far enough back though to where we can't be a great judge of that. It might have been low too. Couldn't really see that at all. All right. So runners on the corners with 1 out. And the Spartans are in a little bit of trouble here in the in the bottom of the first. He leaves that one outside. Runner takes second base unopposed, and it's a 1-0 count. Of course, we saw this yesterday. We were just on the other end of this, right?
Yeah.
Bird struggled with those strikes all afternoon, especially after Shoop, the starter, got out of there. They never could find anybody to throw strikes after him. So we know what happens when you go down this road. There is strike 1 there. So 2 in scoring position now for the Flyers. Powers throwing inside there. Misses the zone, but a nice pitch inside there. It's a good feeling there, I think, when you're struggling with control to be able to throw that inside pitch and not let it go too far and hit somebody. That really, or leave it out over the middle of the plate. So that's a good sign there. Powers goes back inside, misses once again, and it's 3-1. Hard hit to Cook. He's able to get it down, and that throw was off there. And that 1 run scores. And now we got runners on the corners, still 1 out. That was hard hit to Cook, and he did all he could to keep it in front of him. But the throw was offline. So that's a tough play, and that's real. We could sit here and probably debate for an hour whether or not that was an error or not there. But because it was a tough play, and he was able to kind of snag it, it was kind of hit right up on him and kind of handcuffed him a little bit. But, you know, you got to be able to transition into making that throw. And that's what all that work is in practice in the offseason, you know, is transitioning from gloving that ball to getting that ball out to the first baseman. But it is tough today. That wind is blowing, and it's blowing right from first toward short. So you're throwing right into that wind. You know, that's in your face, and that might be in your head a little bit as well there. I know it doesn't affect it as much as a football is affected by it just because of the size of the baseball, but it doesn't help any.
It sure don't.
No, it really doesn't. That's tough. All right, so 1-0 Loyola. They've got runners on the corner, still only one out. Coach Grimm had a little chat there with Powers in the infield there, just kind of settle things down a little bit. And Powers leaves that one outside. Brooks fakes a throw down to second, half-heartedly there. Doesn't get any bite from the third baseman, the runner on third. So the runners are now at second and third with one out. And once again, Loyola's got two in scoring position. And there we go. Dylan finally found that outside corner there. If he can get that pitch called there, he'll be in much better shape. He's been missing just off that corner. Hit really hard. And, man, did that catch Coach Graham there?
It looked like it barely.
I think it caught him off the fence, I think.
Yeah.
I think that caught him off the fence. He's kind of shaking the back of his head a little bit there. Tell you what, that was coming hot for sure.
Absolutely.
That was on a line. I think it went off the fence and grazed the back of his head there. Or it might have went off the back of his head and grazed the fence. I don't know, but it looks like his neck right there is where he's there. All right, Powers, nice work there. Gets the strikeout. That was much needed there. 1-0 game. Two runners still in scoring position for the Flyers. But yeah, I think Coach Grimm's going to be okay there. Yeah, that probably went off the fence. That's enough to scare the heck out of you, though. We were just talking about that yesterday on the bus. You know, that's those balls when they come in like that, man. It's just you just gotta cross your fingers. All right, 1 ball, no strikes. Big swing there, big soft, slow swing, the kind you wish you had back halfway through it. Powers got him there. 1-1 count.
Coach, a strikeout would be big right here.
Oh man, would it ever? Would it ever?
Got to stop the bleeding here.
Whew, man, yeah, it's you don't want to load them up here. Bad things happen when you let these guys get on base like this. All right, 2-1 count. 2 outs, 2 on, both in scoring position. Got him there. Nice off-speed pitch right there. Boy, just right there over the heart of the plate, and just got him looking for something different there. And that gets away from Brooks, and Powers goes to cover. He doesn't have the ball, though, and the run is going to score. Man, that's a tough way to give up a run there. Powers a little slow getting off the mound there. Brooks a little slow jumping on that. It's just tough. You got to be right on top of that to be able to make that happen. Runner at third did a great job there jumping on it. Wasn't much more we could do there. And Powers loses the runner there, so we are first and third once again, 2-0 Loyola, and we're stuck on 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Batter looks down the baseline, gets the sign from his coach. And Powers is ready for the first pitch, and he's going to throw over to Lacombe and hold that runner at first. Two on, 2 out, 2 across for Loyola. Shortstop got it, and the ball squeaks past Gotro at second base. Oh, my goodness gracious. Runner is safe at home. And it's 4-0. Man, that is tough. All that with 2 outs. Cook fielded that ball. It looked like a decent throw to second. Gotro kind of arrived just before the ball did there. That's tough. You know, when you're covering second like that as a second baseman, you gotta make that catch on the move a lot of times, and that's not easy. But I couldn't tell if the throw was off or not. It didn't look like it was. But our view from back here is kind of hard to tell. If we were on that baseline up there in those bleachers, we'd probably have a much better look at that. There we go. Powers gets that one across, and it's 0-1. Runner on second. 4-0 lead for Loyola. They've been hitting the ball hard, but it's been Spartan errors that have been the story of this first inning. Gotro gets under that one, and the first inning is finally over. Thank goodness. It's 4 runs across for the Flyers of Loyola, and we'll head to the second in a 4-run hole. So we'll be right back after this break.
Check out these February price freeze door busters this month only at Marchand's Interior and Hardware in downtown Gonzales. Marchand's is a proud supporter of EA Spartan Baseball.
All right, we are back for the second inning. Let's hope this one goes a little better than the first inning there. 4 runs across for Loyola as they were able to capitalize on a handful of Spartan errors. Coach Grimm kind of pulled the team together there along the third baseline there at the end of that inning there, and I think kind of let them know that this is not what they've been looking like. I would say all the way back to the season opener against St. Michael's the last time we saw, this kind of ball. So hopefully we can wake up from that. All right, so it is Cook leading off, and there we go. First pitch single past the shortstop. And we talked about this yesterday, Chop. Your chance for redemption, man, in baseball, it's always going to be there. Always have a chance.
Absolutely.
Always have a chance to make up for what you wish would have went differently a little earlier there. That's what I love about the game. You get a lot of chances to come right back.
I was just about to say that, Coach. That's what I love about baseball.
Mm-hmm. It makes it a special game. It really does. And the mental toughness that it takes to go up there just a few minutes after, suffering a setback, and to be able to perform, that's a big thing. It's a big thing. All right, so it's Dylan Powers, the pitcher, up now. Should be a 1-1 count, I think, here. So leadoff runner is on for the Spartans. And that is Lucas Cook, the senior shortstop. Powers lays off, and it's still called a strike. He liked it, then he didn't. And the umpire just liked it the whole time. All right, here we go. Powers gets that one. Oh, right fielder dropped it. That's a tough catch on the run right there. I'd give him the base hit for that. Powers hit a little bit of a line drive out there into shallow right. And the right fielder could not make the catch on the run. So now we have 2 on, and we're going to have a courtesy runner for the pitcher, and that's going to be Kingston Blackburn, number 24, the freshman. So EA got something cooking here in the top of the second. 2 on, nobody out for the left fielder, number 9, Camden Snowden. Snowden squares the bunt.
Coach, good things happen when you hit the ball, Coach.
That's right, and we've been hitting it hard.
Absolutely.
We've been hitting it hard. Problem is they have to.
Yeah.
So it might be who hits it more in the long run here. Back to second, and safe there. That's Cook, the lead runner. Whew, yeah, man, nowhere to hide from this wind, man. It keeps getting chillier and chillier. Temperature stays the same on here, but I don't believe that anymore.
No, and especially now that we're a little higher.
Yeah, we're up here about 20, 25 feet. Not good. Cook steals third, and Blackburn takes second behind him. Little double steal action there, and it's a 1-1 count to Snowden. All right, up the middle. Right there we go, baby. One's going to score, and Blackburn's like, hey, I'm coming too. I'm coming too. There we go. All right, Snowden is stuck at first base, but that's okay. 2-run single for Camden Snowden, who has been on fire hitting it up the middle. He did the same thing yesterday to Bird right there. That was in a very similar spot, hitting that ball back up the middle. Good things happen when you hit that ball up the middle.
Yes, sir, it does.
All right, we got Brody Brooks at the plate now. Snowden on first. Nobody out. 2 already across for the Spartans here in the top of the second inning. Sophomore catcher, and he takes strike 1. Yeah, man, that wireless mic is all the way down. That's the wind blowing in our headsets. Good Lord, man, it is.
It's ripping.
It is ripping. It really is. Probably solid 15 miles per hour here. That's popped up to right, and he only had to take about 3 steps there. So not much work for him in that regard. And the first out of the inning is in the books for the Flyers, and it's going to be Peyton Morrow, the center fielder today. I'm going to have to get used to switching in between center and second there. So whenever Powers pitches, Morrow will play center.
Like you said yesterday, Peyton Moore is a utility guy.
Absolutely.
Wherever he needs to go, that's what he's going.
All right, so Morrow is out, second out of the inning. Runner does move to second base, so we do have Snowden in scoring position now for Ethan Dill. So that's another thing Morrow does in that 9-hole spot right there. You know, there's a lot of times you can set the table there for our 1 and 2 hitters, you know. And that's exactly what Morrow did there, moving that runner into scoring position. Let's see if Dill can get a hit and bring in that 3rd run. He doesn't on that one as he holds back on strike 1. And with Dill and Browning, the way they've been hitting lately, you feel really good about moving a guy to second base with those 2 coming up. And that one is foul. Outside there, 1-1 count. Oh, sorry, I got 1-2. Yeah, I didn't put the foul ball in there. So 1-2 to Dill. Snowden on second. 2 down. And Dill strikes out, looking to end the threat here in the second inning. But
we did scratch, and that's what matters the most.
Absolutely. We got 2 across, cut that lead in half, and we're going to head to the bottom half of the second inning. Loyola 4, EA 2. We'll be right back. All right, so we are back for the bottom of the second inning. Of course, we got a question in the chat there about the fish fry. Yeah, the fish fry is at Ouachita High School, the Division I non-select football state champions from this season. And it was wonderful. It probably had about 7 or 8 teams in there.
It was a lot of people.
Yeah, we were in the last shift there, so we were able to see some people from close by to home and far away. But the fish was great. It was fish and shrimp. And then it was potato salad, which was one of the best potato salads I've ever had. That's a foul ball there, hard down the third baseline. So the potato salad I thought was wonderful. The coleslaw was great. Hush Puppy was great. It was all good. It was really, really good. And you got a 2-pack of Grandma's cookies.
Yeah, man.
I'll tell you, that was a solid meal. It was a lot. And I think that slow start might have been from that
all
meal.
that food.
Yeah, because we just ate that at like 1:30. You know, it hadn't been too long ago. So well, that was great. Potato salad was wonderful. Not everybody liked it. You know, a lot of players didn't like it. Coach Grimm and I loved it. So we scored some extra ones from that.
I don't think it was very hot.
See, I love
okay.
it. Hard hit right to Cook. And Cook is on target there to Lacombe. And the first out is recorded. See, it's a potato salad, you know. And it's like Coach Grimm said on the ride up here. It's not potato pudding, right? So you leave those potatoes chunky. And, you know, it's a salad.
Yeah, but I just still wasn't a fan of the taste.
I understand. There's no mustard in there. It was very white. Sour cream and mayo. But a lot of the potato salads, you know, are yellow, you know.
Mm-hmm. Because it's mustard
in
based,
there,
yeah.
which, you know, has a whole different flavor. But this one was white. And I loved it. But, yeah, you know, it's not everybody's. All right, there we go. 2 plays in the field and 2 outs.
Look like we burning off the fried fish potato salad.
Yeah, I think we might have got that out of our system, man. I really did.
And coleslaw and some shrimp.
The coleslaw was wonderful. It was chopped fine, you know, and then
It was pretty good.
yeah.
I gotta agree with you on that
a
one.
little vinegar in there.
I
that
don't
was
know
good.
about the potato salad, but the coleslaw is all right.
Gotro on the run, and Lacombe can't scoop that one. That's a tough play. He charged it aggressively there, and then made the best throw he could there. So 2 out, we're going to have a runner on first. Yeah, that was fish fry was great. That's part of the tournament there. Everybody. They feed everybody on Friday, so that was very nice. Much appreciated. All right. Fly to Morrow in center, and hey, quick work right there. So one guy gets on, and he doesn't stay on for long. And we are through with the second inning very quickly there. Nice work there from the Spartans. We're going to head to the top of the third. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Sterling Sports Complex for the top of the third. Got Hudson Browning
There
right
he
here.
is. Yes, indeed. The third baseman today. Especially here early in the year during tournament season, you know, we're going to be a lot of moving back and forth there with Brody Brooks. And once you get in the district play and you're playing 2-3 games a week, you know, you always have a little 2-day break there between games.
So things can start looking a little different. But
Yeah.
I think this is going to be very impactful for Brody Brooks in the future of this program.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Every rep he gets out there now is great. Oh, he hit that one hard, folks. That is gone. That's out of here. That hit a car. That definitely hit a car. Yep. Man, hope it hit the hood and not the... I don't know. It might be more expensive to get it out of the hood. Hudson Browning, that's a home run, and that is number 2 for him.
He's on the roll
weekend.
ever since we came to Monroe.
Yes, indeed. He might just want to stay up here. There we go. The home run thing works. There it is. Hudson Browning. That's his second one, not his first, but I'll get that fixed. Let's see. There we go. All right. It's the second one there.
We're back
Excellent
in it,
work
down
there.
by 1 run right here.
Yes,
Got
indeed.
Carson up to bat.
Carson fouls that one deep to left, and the left fielder's got it. Man, he tracked that thing down a long way. That's tough luck there for Carson. All right, 1 down, 1 already across here, owning solo shot to left. He hit that up in that jet stream, man. That got up in that wind, and it was gone. That left fielder took about 5 or 6 steps, and he said, "Yeah, not today." All right, so Ethan Blanchard, the DH, up. Okay. Quickly, 0-2 count on Blanchard. All right. Well, there we go.
The plate judge is definitely not playing around with his strikes.
No.
He's
He
not
likes-
afraid to call
No,
them.
he likes them. And Blanchard pops out weakly to right for the second out of the top of the third.
As long as he calling it both ways, Coach, you can't be upset about that.
That's right. You know, that's really the key to it all. You know, as long as you're calling it both ways, then there's not really much
we can do about it.
Nope, and there's not really much you can say there. Okay, strike 1 there for Cook, the shortstop, who led off with a single last inning. Trying to figure out who we got playing behind us. It's so hard when you're up here and you got so many teams in this tournament from all over the state. You can't even guess.
That's a different tournament. These two are
All right, and there we go. Quick work there after Browning's home run. Spartans go 3 up, 3 down after Browning's home run there. So it is a 4-3 ball game as we head into the bottom of the third. We will be right back live from Sterlington, Louisiana. All right, welcome back. Bottom of the third inning. Spartans trailing the Flyers 4-3. We haven't talked about this yet, but we mentioned it yesterday. Loyola has Snoopy as their mascot.
Yeah.
But it's the flying Snoopy with the goggles on, And they are the only school in the United States of America that has a Snoopy mascot. So they got the exclusive rights from Charles Schultz, the creator. And they're the only Snoopies in the world, in the high school mascot world. It is very, very cool. It's rare you come across a unique mascot, but they've got it. And that's a leadoff shot right there in the 56 hole. Nobody can get there. The only thing that happens, the left fielder picks it up. So leadoff shot there. And Loyola's in business with the leadoff runner on. Oh, 0-1 count. Powers in his third inning of work. He's really settled in here after that rough first. Hard hit to center. Morrow is on it, and he's got it. Nice work there. He had to run that one down a little bit. All right, 1 on, 1 out for Loyola here. In the bottom of the third. On a blustery Friday afternoon here in late February, North Louisiana. Strike 1. Yeah, well, he's giving both pitchers that outside strike there now. Can't complain about that. And the steal is successful there. Runner gets to second base. In scoring position.
It was a close call for a couple seconds.
Yeah, it looked like we might have had a shot at him there. Just a day late, dollar short. Just barely. A step is everything in baseball.
Absolutely.
You're a half step from being safe at first, and the umpire doesn't even blink. I mean, he just makes that call like he's turning a light on in a room. It's not even considered close. 1-1 count.
It's either the light on or off. No in between.
That's right. You got to just make the call. That's what they teach you when you umpire is whatever call you make, right or wrong, make it.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to do that in intramural sports in college, and it was a great lesson to learn there. Whatever you're doing, do it. in, make the call, be decisive about it. And, you know, our director said, I'll always defend you. If you just make an aggressive call, I'll always defend you publicly. Now, I might take you in my office and tell you how stupid that call was, but just be aggressive, be firm, make the call, stick to it, and that way everybody can work around your imperfections. You know, but if you're going wishy-washy, you're giving signals that you might change your mind about something, that you can't do that. That's a nightmare of a game for you if you're an umpire. Okay, ball there, and it's a full count for Powers with one down here. We desperately like to get this guy out. Definitely don't want 2 on here. And looks like he balked the runner over.
That was a tough spot he was in. He didn't know whether to throw it.
Yeah, he got caught there.
Whether to pick him.
He got caught. Got caught in between, and it just happens sometimes. So now the runner's on third, and he can't get that call on the corner there. That was just a little bit too outside there. So we're going to have runners at the corners as we have the next flyer hitter come up here. 2 on, only 1 out. The Powers looks in for the call. And he throws over to first. Runner back safely. One-run ball game. Loyola jumped out to a 4-0 lead in the first. We've clawed our way back. Nice bunt put down there. Powers can't get a glove on it, and everybody's going to be safe, including the 5th run at home for the Flyers. So 5-3 ball game now, and still only 1 out, 2 on here in the bottom of the 3rd. And Hudson comes over and talks to Powers a little bit there. They might have been talking about that potato salad.
No, they definitely wasn't talking about that.
They didn't like it. I love that because that was more for me. But yeah, they did not care for that. It was a great bunt, though. Anytime you make a pitcher field like that, coming off that mound, that's tough. There we go. Here it is again. Oh, my goodness. And we let him load up the bases there.
He didn't have nobody to throw it to right there, man.
Yeah, no.
What he can do.
Yeah, nothing he can do there. You can't run it down there to first. So, got caught with first base naked there. Nothing he could do. Hard hit to left center, and that is in the gap, and that is to the warning track. That scores 1 flyer, 2 flyers, and we got 2 more in scoring position. That one caught that jet stream as well right there.
Yeah.
And there was no way Snowden or Morrow were going to get to it. And those are not slow people. Runners at second and third. First pitch ball. And we do have some action in the bullpen. It looks like Alex Pena there.
That is who that is, Coach.
Yeah, look at there. My eyes aren't that bad. Foul back toward this general direction. Didn't make it over the net, though. Still looking for that because that is possible. You got to look for that. I've been looking all around here. You can't drive yourself crazy with that, but we do not need a baseball flying up here in this table. This is a pretty expensive table right now. Hard hit right to Browning, and he's going across the diamond. He throws it over Lacombe's head. 1 run scores, and no play at the plate on the second run there. And we've got Hitter makes it all the way to third on that. And this has turned into a nightmare of a third inning for the Spartans. And there comes Coach Grimm. And he still touched the back of his neck there. I wonder if that still bothered him. He might have got hit a little harder than we thought. I don't know. So I think we're going to have a pitching change here. There it is. Number 15, Alex Pena coming on for the Spartans in relief of Dylan Powers, who goes 2 1/3, and he is responsible for the runner on third base. So 2 1/3 innings for Dylan Powers. 9 runs scored by Loyola, but there was a lot of Spartan errors in that too. So that was not a one-man show. Those are not 9 earned runs, I can tell you that much for sure. All right, so Pena's going to warm up while the rest of us are continuing to cool off here, and we'll be back after this commercial message. EA Baseball would like to thank Parish Tractor of Gonzales for their support this season. You can reach them on the phone at 647-5881 or online at parishtractor.com, or stop by and see us at 13173 Airline Highway in Gonzales. Stop by and see Scott Skip Creel for all your Kubota and Stihl needs. All right, so we are back here, and we are still in the bottom of the third, unfortunately. And Alex Pena has been tasked to get us out of it. All right, so we have 1 out. We have 1 runner on third base, and we are ready for action. Pena, the right-hander, looking in and throws a nice ball over the middle of the plate that is belted into the right center gap. It'll be Dill that picks it up and challenges the runner at second, but he is safe, and the 10th run of the ball game scores on that double. So 1 pitch and 1 double for Pena, not what he was looking for. He looks right back in here. Let's get right back after it. Breaking ball for a strike. There we go. The wind has definitely picked up some more, Chop, since
absolutely, Coach, because it's howling.
Yeah, it is just, it's not letting up now. It's just hitting us relentlessly. 1-1 count.
I don't think it helps that we're on the second story.
No, it hurts a lot. It hurts an awful lot. And we, the way the wind's coming is it's coming at our backs here. So like we could get blocked a little bit by the middle of this building, but nope, not us. I think those people over there might be getting blocked a lot more, but not us. We are right in the middle of this. All right, so 1-2 count for Pena. Looks in, breaking ball. That one hung just out of the zone there. 2-2. Runner on third. 1 out. Loyola has plated 6 here in the bottom of the third. That one's right to Browning, and he gets the ball across. Nice work there. Lacombe gets home, not in time. So it's a sacrifice ground ball to third base. And it it adds the 11th run. Of course, all these matter because when we get into that 5th inning, you know, that 10-run mercy rule does apply. So it might not seem like a huge deal in a 7-run inning here like this, but that little extra one like that can make a big difference. All right, strike one. 2 down here. Pena just 1 pitch away from getting out of this nightmare of a 3rd inning for the Spartans. That one's coming back this direction. Not all the way back to us, but closest one yet. And it's an 0-2 count here for Pena. Another foul ball there. Ball 1. You know, when we packed for this trip, I knew it was going to get chilly, so I went ahead and I packed I packed warm clothes for half, and then, you know, shorts and short sleeves for half. And of course, you know, all those heavy clothes I crammed into the suitcase just sitting back in the hotel room, you know, just sitting in the 70-degree hotel room. And here I am up here, yeah, freezing. That's about right. And that one is hit into the gap. Once again, it's Snowden that gets a hold of it, gets it into second, but it's cut off. And that's another double. And we just cannot seem to get out of this inning. So runner in scoring position for the Flyers once again. They've already plated 7 in this inning. Pena looks in, checks the runner, and he steps off. Strike 1. Hard hit right in that 56 hole there between short and third, and nothing Cook or Browning could do about it. Snowden gets it back in, and now we got runners at the corners, and we are still trapped in this bottom of the 3rd inning. Pena delivers, breaking ball inside. The runner will take second base unopposed. Ball 1. Two Flyers in scoring position. 7 already across, and it's ball 2. And that one spiked into the dirt and, well, the fake dirt, and outside as well. 3-0 count. You know, sometimes it ought to be like Wheel of Fortune, you know? You can buy a vowel. You ought to be able to buy an out. You got 2 outs. You ought to be able to buy an out and say, can we just, here, we want to buy the out right now.
I wish it worked that way.
Oh, man. Yeah, I would donate $20 to that cause right now because we just feel like, I don't know, sometimes it just feels like there's an inning you can't get out of, and this seems like that's it for us. Oh, and he loses them on the 3-1 there, and the bases are loaded. And they have batted around and then some here in the 3rd. Heck, they might even be getting close to coming back around twice. Oof. Is that true? That very well. That they could be really. Yeah, they're probably really close to batting around twice here.
Coach, it looked like we have some action in the bullpen.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame them. All right, well, there we go. Finally. Goodness gracious.
That was the longest inning ever.
Yeah, I'm tired after that one. 7 runs come across. There were some hits. There were some errors. There were just a little bit of everything. And let's get the hell out of this bottom of the 3rd inning. So we're going to the top of the 4th when we come back. And let's see if the Spartans can't start to turn this thing back around.
Check out these February price freeze door busters this month only at Marchand's Interior and Hardware in downtown Gonzales. Marchand's is a proud supporter of EA Spartan Baseball.
All right, we are back here in the top of the 4th inning. Let's see if we can turn over a new leaf here. Let's just take that 3rd inning and just put it in the washing machine. Get it out of here. First pitch to Powers is a strike. One. Of course, Powers moved over to
Center?
moved back to center field there, yeah. So that probably put Morrow at second. I didn't even notice that. We were so busy putting runs up on us there.
That's
but,
what he did, Coach.
Yeah, so that put Morrow back to second. And Powers grounds out. All right, so it's Snowden, the senior left fielder, at the plate. Let's see what happens here. Take strike 1. One count. 1 out. Nobody on here in the top of the 4th. Two. Snowden hits it a shallow right. Let's call it back of second base. The second baseman's got it. And it's 2 up, 2 down as Brody Brooks, the sophomore catcher, steps in. ball one to Brooks. Strike one there, outside corner. All right, 2-1. And you can see that flag in center field just
Ripping.
yeah, it is just stiff, blowing right to left. Not really right to left. It's really blowing out to left, really. Yeah, it's not straight across. It is blowing out to left. You saw that with Hudson's home run there. You know, you can, if you hit it to the left half of the field, you can really get some carry on the ball. Full count. And Brooks will take his base. All right, so we've got our base runner here with 2 down. And that'll bring up Peyton Morrow. And we are going to courtesy run number 12, Jackson LeBlanc. So Jackson will come on and run for the catcher. Okay, now this is just ridiculous. This is just ridiculous. This wind is out of control. We got our camera anchored down here, and I thought I was kind of silly for doing that when I did it, but now I'm thinking, you know what?
I'm kind of glad you did.
Probably not a bad idea. All right, first pitch strike to Morrow. 2 out. Brooks is on, I'm sorry, Jackson LeBlanc is now on first, running for Brooks. Right back up the middle, straight to the shortstop like you just tossed it to him. Man, it's amazing how often that ball seems to go right to somebody like that, you know. And that will do it for the top of the 4th. Spartans muster only 1 base runner. And we're going to head to the bottom half. Loyola leading EA by a score of 11-3. We'll be right back here on EA TV. All right, we are back for the bottom half of the 4th inning here, and Alex Pena is back out for a 2nd inning of work. All right, so we have broken out the snacks up here to stay warm. At least that's what we're telling ourselves, right? You know, big people always have an excuse while you're eating. Right? It's always something besides you're hungry, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to eat these sunflower seeds to stay good, man.
That's right. Just kind of keep that energy level up, keep that metabolism going, because we're burning quite a bit of calories up here. My teeth are starting to chatter here. I mean, this is chilly. This is really chilly. This wind. I mean, I said 64. It feels like about 45 up here. And neither one of us are really dressed for this occasion. But that's our own fault because we had that stuff back in the hotel room. So that's that's just a mistake we made that we have to live with, and you have to listen to us complain about. All right, so we'll try to minimize that. All right, 3-2 count here. Pena desperately would love to get this leadoff guy out. And that's hit weakly to center, and Powers has got it. All right, and there we go. That is a leadoff out for the Spartans. And that means a whole lot after last inning. So 1 out, nobody on here. I'm going to take a look here in a second at EA's next 5 games here. That ball is hit to the right center gap. Dill is on the run and makes a tumbling head over heels catch right there. That is spectacular, man. He is fun to watch out there for sure. What a catch by Ethan Dill, the senior.
If the game is on the line, Coach, I trust him with the game.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, he has been spectacular. Yesterday, 2 plays from the outfield. He had that sliding catch right there, and then he had that amazing where he threw the guy out at third base. And it just, oh man, spectacular. Spectacular. Great job by Dill, who missed the first week of the season recovering from an injury in the World Series. You hate to see anybody get hurt in, intra-squad, but Dill did, and it took him quite a few weeks to recover. Right back to him. And man, am I seeing things, or was that 3 up, 3 down? Indeed it was. All right, so the Spartans make quick work of the bottom of the 4th inning. Man, it's good to see that. And Pena does much better there in his 2nd inning of work. And it's 11-3 Loyola over EA, and we'll be right back as we move into the top of the 5th inning. All right, we are back here at the top of the 5th. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's coming up over the next 5 games for the Spartans. So tomorrow, it's only Friday, Chop. Good Lord, it feels like it's Saturday afternoon already. So tomorrow morning, 11:30, we're going to be taking on the Natchitoches Central Chiefs. That'll be at Downsville High School as Dill steps in to lead off. And then Tuesday night, we'll be taking the trip down to Bayou to Thibodaux to take on the Tigers.
Coach, Mardi Gras threw everybody off, man.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Absolutely.
And then it was a 3-day Mardi Gras this year.
Yeah,
that threw everybody off.
That was tricky. So strike 1 to Dill. He watches strike 2. All right, so then next Friday, the Jay Patterson shootout actually begins next. We'll take this down and we'll get back onto this thing. But the Jay Patterson shootout actually begins next Thursday. We just don't have a game in it. Dill hit that one deep, folks. That's out of here. That is out of here. Home run, Ethan Dill. His first of the season. Sorry, I put that run up earlier. Let me take it back off. Let's see. There we go. Now he crosses. All right. So there we go. Nice little celebration there. And the Spartans start the big climb back here. Down 11-4 now as Hudson Browning steps in. Excellent leadoff home run for Dill. He might have hit the same car that Hudson hit back there. It was almost the exact same spot.
It was.
That's the place to hit it today. Hit it
Hopefully Hudson could get him another one right here too, man. Keep the train rolling.
Yeah.
Poppy too.
Go move that car. All right, so as we were saying, the Jay Patterson shootout starts next Thursday with 2 games, but EA's not playing next Thursday. There will be a couple games at Johnny Ambo Park, though. And then Friday night, we're playing the nightcap versus Weston, the Weston Wolves, from this area, right outside of Jonesboro, about 20 minutes from Ruston. So they'll be our opponent Friday night, and then Saturday there'll be 4 games at the park, and we're playing the first and the last. and that'll be against the Dunham Tigers, and they're the Division III Select Football State Champions. And I don't think Elijah Haven plays baseball, thank goodness. And then, although he'd probably be pretty good on the mound. And then we have the Destrehan Wildcats, the Fighting Wildcats of Destrehan next Friday. We got to see them twice last Saturday in the River Parish Invitational at Johnny Embo Park, but not against us. So Hudson runs that out, but he came up a little bit lame there. I'm not sure if that happened when he stepped on the bag, if he kind of extended his foot there, or if that was like a hamstring issue or something else there, but he is hurting. He's hurting. He is up on his feet. Can't really see him over there. He kind of went out of view. But he is hurting. He did make it safe to first there. But
Coach, if anybody can tough something out,
yeah, there's
Hudson
no doubt.
Browning would be your cat to do it.
Hudson's tough as they come. The problem is, though, he's there's things you can tough out and there's things you can't. You
right.
know, and you pull a hamstring especially on a chilly day like this. There ain't much toughing out you can do with that. I'm not sure. I couldn't tell exactly when he pulled up, but a lot of times when you're trying to beat out that throw, it's when you extend that foot out to get it on the bag. It's awkward. It's just an awkward thing. Chop is something to look forward to when you get around my age. Anytime, hey, laugh after I say it. Now at least wait and let me say it. All right, so like anytime you step on uneven ground, right, you're stepping up or down off a curb or just anything like that, that gets tricky when you get my age. So like even a prime 17, 18-year-old athlete here, when you're stretching that foot out to touch that base and you're running full speed, that's tricky, man. That is not. A lot of people would spill out right there. And you see, athletes make it look easy, but a lot of normal people, if they try to do that, it'd be like that first base was a giant hurdle that just jumped out at them,
Yeah.
And Hudson's gonna come out of the game here, at least temporarily. We put a pinch runner in for him, so we'll see if he. I don't think he's gonna re-enter. There's no you don't want to risk. You don't want to risk worsening an injury there. We don't have a trainer here along with us, so he can get looked at there a little bit, but I'm not sure. You certainly don't want to chance anything there. So
Absolutely not.
Carson Lacombe up now, 0-1 count, but Hudson was able to walk off under his own power there. So that could be an ankle tweaked, or that could be a hamstring tweaked, or something there. Who knows exactly? We'll get more information.
One thing I know
then.
about Hudson, though, he definitely takes his stretches seriously. So.
Oh, he takes everything seriously. So he's not the kind of guy who's gonna goof off through any of that. So it was not for a lack of stretching. I can promise you that. Yeah, we deal with that a lot in football, Chop, where you walk around and what you're really doing as a coach is you're just looking for those guys who aren't really stretching, because you got some people who just don't get it, and they just, you've got 80 people in the field just putting on a show. Lacombe hits that deep to center. Center fielder is late getting on it, and it hits it over his head. Man, Lacombe just hit that ball all the way over the center fielder's head. It's almost like he didn't see it off the bat very well, and it took a second to realize where it was headed. I don't know if he could have caught up to it regardless. All right, so we now have two runners in scoring position.
No out.
Nobody out. Yes, indeed, for Ethan Blanchard, the DH.
Let's see if he can get a hold of one right here.
Well, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. A little 3-run shot. Put it at that same car,
I'm really interested to know if they hit a call.
Yeah, I know Hudson did. I saw it bounce off the car. I saw it through the fence. They just have it's just black. What do you call this? Just netting. It's not. It's not solid. Not a solid wall. So we definitely. I saw that. I saw that ball hit the hood of that car. The window. It was the hood because there was no shattering. Foul ball there, 1-2 count to Blanchard, the senior DH, who's recovering from an injury himself there. Recovering from surgery, actually, on that throwing shoulder, huh? Yeah. So that has limited his ability to contribute there to DH, and he has played first base a couple of times. Yeah, he has not been cleared to throw without restrictions, so it has limited what he can do there. But I tell you what, didn't limit what he could do with the bat right there, huh? Mm-hmm. How about that? 2-run single for Blanchard, and nobody's out, and all of a sudden, this game's looking just a little bit different.
Never count the Spartans out, Coach. Never count the Spartans out.
As long as you keep fighting, you always got a shot.
That's right.
You always got a shot. Strike one. We got a question in the chat there when the game started. It was a 4 p.m. first pitch. 4 p.m. first pitch. So we're at an hour and 10 minutes into this one. And the game would be over if it wasn't for the bottom of the third inning, which seemed to last a day and a half. All right, so is that a double play?
That was a double play, Coach.
Wow. Well done. Well done there. Can't argue that.
No.
Can't fault that. That was just a wonderful play there by Loyola. That's just a textbook double play right there. And all of a sudden, the two Spartan base runners are erased. So 3 runs across here in the top of the 5th, thanks to Dill's solo shot to lead off and Ethan Blanchard's 2-run single. He was erased at second base there as the lead runner in the double play. And it's a 1-1 count for Dylan Powers, the center fielder, who started the game, went 2 1/3. And Powers pops up to center, and he's underneath it, and that's going to do it. But not before the Spartans plate 3. We don't leave anybody on, but we do get 3 across here. And we'll head into the bottom of the 5th inning with your score, Loyola 11, EA 6. All right, we are back for the bottom of the 5th inning here. Loyola looking to add to their 5-run lead here. Spartans chipped away at it there with 3 runs in the top half of the 5th. And let's see if Pena can get out of this one as quickly as he got out of the 4th here. Ball 1. Two-0 count to the leadoff flyer hitter. Foul ball there. 1-2 count. Excuse me, 2-1 count. Are the Spartans in white or gray? We are in gray today. Let's show you these once again. These are our Gonzalez grays. You can see Dawson Landry, our model there earlier today in the hotel. Showing you our brand new Gonzalez gray uniforms. You know, the NBA does those, what do they call those? The city uniforms, you know? This is kind of a version of that. And we've seen some other schools do that. We've seen some places, some people come to EA wearing those kind of jerseys. So I think that's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Gonzalez is our town, so why not put that on the jersey, you know? And they just look really good.
It does, Coach. I love these uniforms.
Now again, I struggle with this same color top and bottom. I struggle with that, but I mean, I'm coming around to it. I'm coming around to it. But I'm not the fashion police. You know.
Can't have that.
No. Free pass there. And the leadoff is on, thanks to the hit by pitch. Yeah, I'm not the fashion police. I wear the same blue pullover and khakis to school every day, so like, I can't, I'm not going to criticize anybody else's fashion choices. I would have no room to do that. But I don't know. I think the gray looks better than the blue, all one color. I do think that. But I'm coming around to the solid color pants and shirts. I don't know. Still not my favorite, but I'm coming around to it. You think LSU would ever wear like all purple?
They do.
I don't think LSU wears all purple.
I think they do.
No, I don't know. I'd have to look that up. I don't know if anybody in the chat knows that. I don't think LSU has ever worn all purple. That'd be interesting to see. But yeah, this is our second straight day here with the monochromatic look there. But I do like these. The Gonzalez grays are really nice. Those are really nice, and a great idea behind that to pay tribute to EA's hometown. All right, 1-0 count here. Runners on second. Let me do my job here. I'm getting distracted here with all this fashion talk. All right, so Spartans in their Gonzalez grays and the Flyers in crisp white with navy. Loyola's colors are navy and powder blue. So, they could have come out in any number of those colors, but they're in white this afternoon. That ball has popped up back this way. And we've had a rash of foul balls just here in the last few minutes here. Just about 4 or 5 of them have landed here in front of us.
Coach, you might be right. Look like they based all the uniforms off of their white pants.
Yeah. LSU doesn't do a lot. LSU is very traditional when it comes to uniforms. I know we've done a couple of crazy things in football and all that, but yeah, LSU baseball doesn't really play around with that very much. And the only time LSU really you have your whites. They'll do white on white, and they'll do LSU has some pinstripes that they wear, solid color, all the way through with there. But yeah, anytime LSU's in the purple tops, they're in white pants. Yeah, and I'm a believer in that. It breaks the color gets broken. And you pick it back up with the socks, or it's just nice to break that color a little bit. Mm-hmm. Same thing with EA. I like us when we wear blue shirts and white pants. I think that looks really nice. Hard hit to left center, and Powers couldn't track it down. There was no way he's going to get to that. And that's going to, runner's going to back to third base. All right, so that's going to put runners at the corners with nobody out. And Pena is in a little bit of trouble here. And if you would look down there to that bullpen, I think I see Kingston Blackburn warming up. Yep, sure do. And I think that's going to do it for Pena. So Pena came in relief of Dylan Powers, the starter. Dylan Powers got us 2 1/3. Pena here has got us 2 2/3. Right there, or 1 2/3? 1 2/3. So Pena will come off. The runners on first and third belong to him. And our new pitcher will be the freshman, and this is a debut on the mound here for Kingston Blackburn, the freshman. Shortstop's his native position, I believe.
That's
He's a
correct.
shortstop, yeah. Shortstop's where he's been playing, but he does pitch, and we're about to see it. So, hey, talking about growing up and getting some good reps, you were talking about Brody Brooks catching, how about this? You're a freshman, and you've just been playing 2 weeks of varsity baseball, and here you go. Go get on the mound, kid, against a 5-0 team. Let's see what happens. All right, so we're going to let Kingston finish warming up here, and we'll be right back with the conclusion, hopefully the quick conclusion, of the bottom of the 5th inning.
Some coffee.
We're talking about hot beverages. We're just trying to do anything here to kind of, they say like if you're trapped in a snowbank or something or an avalanche, you should like think about warm things. They've got a nice coffee and tea station there at the hotel we're staying at, the Fairfield in Ruston, and man, I would love some of that right now. Oh man, really would. All right, Blackburn's first pitch is a ball. Excuse me. 1-0 count.
Looked like
we had a foul ball
Foul
get
ball.
on the field there. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, that's the one thing about these
Sports complexes.
these complexes. It is just foul ball. It is just a constant foul ball threat.
Yeah, your life is on the line.
Yeah, I mean,
Every time you'll step onto that field.
Oh. Or just sit at a picnic table out
Yeah.
here. I mean, you don't have to be doing anything risky at all, and you can have a ball land on top of your head. I mean, it's literally just, it's a little too much. It kind of bothers me. I'd rather just be at one field.
Yep.
I've seen this happen in the state tournament before. I've been watching the state tournament and a state championship game, and all of a sudden some ball comes flying in from another field. It's weird. It's weird, but that's one of the dangers we have to consider here as we're out here this afternoon. All right, Dill is under that one, and we have an out. Unfortunately, we had to trade a run for it. And the score moves to 12-6 Flyers. Ball one for Blackburn, the freshman. Number 24. Wonder if we could DoorDash a jacket. I don't know. That drive out here doesn't make me think anything's going to get DoorDashed out here.
No.
Base hit back of shortstop there, and another run is going to score for the Flyers. So it is now 13-6. And Whiteburn's got a tough job here. Tough job. All right, that's a breaking ball for strike one. Runner gets back to first. One count. He's safe. Runner still second base. 2-1 count now to the batter. And the Spartans do not have things going their way so far. Now, we have scrapped and stayed in this game. We didn't lay down here, but yeah, this has been Loyola's game from the start. Chopper to third, and that is in and out of Lacombe's glove. I couldn't tell if that was a throwing error or if that was an error on Lacombe there.
Coach, I would say it was more of an error on Lacombe right there.
Yeah, it looked like that ball was not perfect. It wasn't perfect, but it was within the range.
It was a catchable ball.
Yeah, it was within the range. That's what I thought. It's just really hard from this distance here and the angle we're at. It's hard to kind of tell those sorts of things, but he wasn't outstretched a great deal for that. So that shows you that the ball wasn't that far offline. It's Cole Simpson, number 18, in at third base. And that one's over his head, and that'll be Snowden's to field, but not before 2 more runs come in, and the runner does make it into second base. And it is a 15-6 game, and I don't want to bring this up, Chop, but we are 1 swing away from this game being over.
Yes, sir, we are, unfortunately.
Yeah, fifth inning. Mercer, we got a courtesy runner or a pinch runner here at second, and we are in danger of being mercy ruled right here, right now. So the next run would end this baseball game. Strike one.
Coach, here's the good thing. We live to fight another day.
Yeah, we get up and we play tomorrow morning. You know, that's another thing about baseball. Not only do you get chances to redeem yourself within a game, but if one doesn't go your way, you just wake up the next day and play again. It's just really beautiful thing about the sport. Coming from a football guy like myself who have to wait 7 days to get back out there and try to fix it. Man, that is hard. It is so hard. Baseball players have shorter memories, and that's a good thing. Blackburn gets a strikeout there. Excellent work there. Good to see that. 2 down. Runner on second. Loyola trying to end this thing right here. Blackburn trying to get out of this inning and see the Spartans live to play another inning here. That's a chopper to third base, and that is going to be trouble, but nice job by Simpson and Lacombe there to field that, and that will get the Spartans out of this thing. So 4 runs score for the Flyers, and we will head to the top of the 6th with your score, Loyola 15, EA 6. We'll be right back here on EA TV. EA Baseball would like to thank Parish Tractor of Gonzales for their support this season. You can reach them on the phone at 647-5881 or online at parishtractor.com. Or stop by and see us at 13173 Airline Highway in Gonzales. Stop by and see Scott Skip Creel for all your Kubota and Stihl needs. Okay, we are back for the 6th inning, and this is Camden Snowden leading it off for the Spartans, the senior left fielder. Down by 9. Let's see if we can scratch some out of here and make something out of this here with our final 6 outs. Snowden watches strike 1.
Coach, we got to do something right here, man.
Yeah, and that was a good first pitch strike right there. I would have liked to have seen Snowden maybe take a little hack at that. Short one there to the shortstop, and the throw is off. Shortstop grabbed his hat. That's how you know he didn't care for that throw. And Snowden will reach on the error and get to second there. So excellent job there. So we got 1 on and nobody out. And that brings up the sophomore catcher, number 30, Brody Brooks. First pitch low and outside for ball 1. Got an interesting game going on here to our left. And that's U High, right? Yeah, 2-2. That game has been tight all the way through. That's U High and St. Thomas More. All right, 2-1 count. Strike 2 evens the count up at 2 apiece for Brooks. And Brooks is a little chopper foul back behind him there, and he stays alive. So tomorrow morning, the Spartans will be back in action at 11:30 a.m. as we take on the Natchitoches Central Chiefs, who lost a best-of-3 series to Dutchtown last year. I believe they did. Or maybe they beat Dutchtown 2 out of 3. It's hard to remember. I think they won the first one, and Dutchtown came back and won the second too, if memory serves me right. But we'll be playing the Chiefs tomorrow at Downsville High School, which is about 10 miles south of Farmerville, which is a long way from Gonzales, just to put it very simply. Ball 3, count is full to Brooks with Snowden at second. So 11:30 in the morning, we'll be live from there. Starlink can pick up the internet there, and Brooks just always a little bit embarrassing there. He thought he had ball 4, and instead that is a strikeout for the young catcher there. He strikes out, and he figured that out a few steps down to first, and turned around to go.
Looks like they're about to
dugout.
change out pitches right here, Coach.
Yep. I think they played that 11-inning game yesterday, and I think they are probably trying to manage their staff here, and they're going to change pitchers. So he went a good bit of the way there, but looks like they're ready for a change. All right, so we're going to let them do that. We'll be right back with the remainder of the top of the 6th inning. Spartans threatening 1 in scoring position with 1 out, and Peyton Morrow coming to the plate. We'll be right back.
Check out these February price freeze door busters this month only at Marchand's Interior and Hardware in downtown Gonzales. Marchand's is a proud supporter of EA Spartan Baseball.
All right, we are back. Morrow stands ready to enter the box. New pitcher for the Flyers. I think it's number 22.
23, Coach.
23?
Yes.
Well, there we go. Don't have a name for him either way, so that'll have to work. Morrow watches him even up the count at 1 apiece with that strike. Ball 2. And yeah, being told there via text that that if I like the cold so much, which I do, that I shouldn't be complaining about it. And I agree with that on principle. That is correct. You know, and in a couple of months when it's 97 degrees and you can't breathe outside, I will look very fondly back at this moment. But in the current time, it is a little challenging. And part of loving the cold is, you know, dressing for it to a certain extent. And neither myself nor Chop are quite there.
No,
we're not quite there. Not quite there. Close, but not quite there. All right, so that one's fouled back, and it's a 2-2 count here to Morrow as he's looking to get Snowden further down the line here. 1 out, 1 on. Top of the 6th inning, Spartans looking to claw their way back into this one, and that's ball 3 up and in. And Morrow goes down swinging. 2nd out of the inning. And that's going to bring up Ethan Dill. Dill had a nice home run to left his last time up. And he sees ball 1 inside. Two. All right, Dill, senior right fielder. Watches ball 3 go up out of the zone. 2 down. Snowden still stuck on second base here. Dill looking to do something about that. Full count. Let's see if he gets one good to hit right here. He does not. And he'll take his base. And we have runners at first and second now, 2 out. And this should be Cole Simpson, I'm thinking here. Yep, Cole entered the game for Hudson Browning, who was injured trying to beat out a throw at first base, which he did beat out. I'm not really sure the extent of Hudson's injury there, but he was able to walk off the field in his own power there. So, I mean, in my very much not an expert opinion there, it didn't look too serious there. He did not need any assistance coming off the field there. So we're hoping Hudson will be back at it tomorrow. And ground ball right there, and Snowden had no choice but just to run right into that tag there. And that will do it for the Spartans in the 6th inning. No runs and 2 Spartans left on. So we're going to head to the bottom of the 6th here as Loyola tries to get that run to end this game early. We'll be right back here on EA TV.
Go first.
All right, so we are back here for the bottom of the 6th inning. Let me make this the bottom of the 6th inning. There we go. All right, so Loyola leads this one 15-6. And they're looking to get one last run here to get that run rule victory here in 6 innings. So Kingston Blackburn back for a 2nd inning of work. And it's ball 1 to the leadoff hitter for Loyola. Loyola College Prep used to be known as Jesuit of Shreveport. And it is a Jesuit school, just like Jesuit New Orleans. Snowden there catches that fly ball to the left. So it was called Jesuit of Shreveport for years and years and years. And then I think in the 1980s, the name was changed to Loyola College Prep. And of course, Loyola, Ignatius Loyola is the founder of the Jesuit order, so it still makes sense. But if you go back and look at old record books, you'll see Jesuit of Shreveport. And whenever you see that, if you ever do, then that's Loyola College Prep's first incarnation there. Before they changed their name. Growing up near Shreveport myself, I always remember Loyola as Loyola, but the old timers remember it as Jesuit. The only Catholic school in Shreveport.
That's interesting.
Well, because Shreveport's a big town. I mean, Shreveport's a city. Shreveport's not too much smaller than Baton Rouge. You know, and Baton Rouge has got quite a few Catholic schools. So, for Shreveport, if you're Catholic and you want to go to a Catholic high school in Shreveport, Loyola is your one option. I believe there are only a handful of Catholic schools in North Louisiana altogether. Loyola, there's St. Fred's in Monroe. That's the only option in Monroe. And there's St. Mary's in Natchitoches. And I'm trying to think. I don't think there's another Catholic school in North Louisiana. If it is, it's a very small one in a small town. I can't think of one offhand, but I think those might be the only 3 in North Louisiana. All right, that one is hit to left center. Snowden can't get to it, neither can Powers, and that's going to be a double on a 2-2 count there. 1 out. So the Flyers have in scoring position. That 16th run they're looking for to end this ball game. And we will see if they can get it across or if the Spartans live to play the top of the 7th. And of course, in baseball, you never do know. So you never say never in this game. Ground ball there to Morrow at second, and that will be the second out of the inning. It does remove the runner to third base. We appreciate those of you tuning in on EA TV. We're very happy to bring this to you. And we're going to be, basketball is playing tonight at Walker. And that's the last regular season game for basketball. So, next week, while we're looking forward to the Jay Patterson shootout in baseball, we also have basketball playoffs coming up next week. So I think that bracket comes out tomorrow or Monday morning. It should be tomorrow, but they may not do it on the weekends. I don't know. But it'll be out by Monday, regardless. And we'll let you know where the Spartans are headed in the first round. I think we're kind of on the borderline of getting a home game. I know we've been close. We got up to 14 with that big win over Santa but I don't know if we're going to get in at 16 or not. 16 would be a home game. 17 would be on the road. So we will see. 1-2 count for Blackburn, the freshman, on the mound for the first time in varsity action. I was telling Chop, there we go. All right, so that's an out. And the Spartans will survive to play for 3 more outs. All right, so there we go, 15-6. Chop, what I was saying is, we were talking about food, and I think our dinner's being brought here to the field. I was thinking maybe they should all have to come up here and get a feel for the wind up here. You got all these tables, got nice tables. Where else is going to eat? You got nice tables and chairs. Or you're going to have another game going on there. You can't, look at all these spaces. There's enough for everybody to sit here and eat.
It is, but there's also enough room on that nice bus to eat in the warm bus.
Yeah, I can't argue with you for a second. Right there, and maybe the bus is where we'll end up eating. But if not, I'm going to tell Coach Grimm, hey, we got chairs up here, we got tables. If y'all want to come up here and get a taste of this wind up here at 25 feet up, you're more than welcome to. I don't know. I don't know. I'll tell you, Chop, that might be possible, man. It's going to be hard to feed everybody on a bus. It might be what we end up doing. I don't know. We're used to it now, though. Let everybody else adjust to that.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to start. We talked through the end of the 6th innings there. So let's go ahead and move this thing to the top of the 7th, and our last 3 outs. And it starts with Carson Lacombe, who cannot catch a break on a close pitch there. That's strike 1, whether it's inside or outside. Carson seems to get a lot of called strikes on him. I guess some guys are just kind of magnets for that for some reason. But he's also a bigger guy, and he stands kind of tall in that box. So I think the zone is a little bit bigger for him, in those umpires' eyes than for most guys. You're gonna end up catching a few more strikes that way. 2-1 count now to Lacombe, the junior 2-2. Junior first baseman and left tackle in football. Looking forward to a nice senior campaign from Lacombe, who is all district this year. 3-2 count. It is full. And Lacombe fouls that one off down the line. So let's put these 5 games up again here. Let's see here. So we've got, tomorrow morning, 11:30, Natchitoches Central. So we'll see you there tomorrow morning right here on EATV. Thibodaux Tuesday at Thibodaux, and then we play 3 games in the Jay Patterson Shootout, and that's going to be Weston on Friday night, and then Dunham and Destrehan next Saturday. All right, so Lacombe reaches there with a single. Nice work there. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. We're only down 9. Hey, this thing isn't over until it's over, right? All right, so Lacombe on first base. And it's Ethan Blanchard, the DH, stepping in. Okay, I've watched this thing go from 65 degrees to 62. I don't believe that for a second. It's gone from like 65 to like, it feels like about 40 right now. All right, strike 1 evens the count for Blanchard, the senior DH. And he roped that one fair down the left field line. That is going to put runners at second and third with nobody out. Nice piece of hitting there from Blanchard. And that's going to bring up Lucas Cook, the shortstop. One thing I just noticed, that's strike 1. I think they have the pitch, they have the miles per hour up there.
Yeah.
They have the pitch miles per hour up there on this. Up there, and that's, boy, that was short there, back of first base. Cook kind of caught himself there and half swung at it there. And it popped up back first. First baseman was on it, and that is out number 1, and nobody could advance there. So 1 down, Dylan Powers, the starting pitcher, and now the center fielder. He's at the plate, and excuse me, as I fight through a yawn there. He watches strike 1. All right, outside there, evens the count 1 apiece. Like we said, tomorrow morning, that was originally scheduled at West Ouachita High School for 12:30. So now we're playing at 11:30, and we're playing about 40 minutes away from there at Downsville High School. So we look forward to bringing you that one tomorrow morning. Not sure what we're going to look like here. Last night we had that beautiful Ruston press box and set up there. Today we're in a good spot here. It's a little different. The wind, it's going to be cooler and all that, but this is a nice spot for us as well. So we're looking forward to seeing what tomorrow morning brings and where we can perch ourselves at Downsville High School. That ball foul there out into almost into the bullpen back there in the other field. 2-2 count. So we'll find somewhere to set up, and we'll find somewhere to bring you the action tomorrow morning at 11:30 right here on EATV. Powers flies out to left, and Spartans are down to our final out. Ball 1. Ball 2. Strike 1. Okay, so Snowden watches strike 2 go by, and the Spartans are down to our final strike tonight as we trail the Loyola Flyers 15-6 here in the top of the 7th inning. That is a pop-up back of second base. Shortstop is there, and that will do it. That is your ball game, folks. Your final score tonight from the Sterlington Sports Complex. The Loyola College Prep Flyers improved to 6-0 on the year as the EA Spartans fall to 4-3. We certainly appreciate you joining us this afternoon on EA TV. Hope you guys are a lot warmer back there in Gonzales, and we will see you tomorrow morning at 11:30 a.m. from Downsville High School as the Spartans will take on the Natchitoches Central Chiefs in their final game of the 2026 Trey Altick Prep Classic. So for Shout the L, Chop Lewis, this is Coach Brownfield saying good night and go Spartans.